Natsu De Matteru, or Waiting in the Summer, was a very interesting watch for me. I honestly don't really like romance in general. Even in anime, I've only watched a few that I've ever really enjoyed, those being Clannad, Toradora, Sakuraso no Pet Nakanojo, and most recently Golden Time. Now the story follows a group of friends who make a film during their summer vacation, and that's it. Really. Oh yeah, and our main lady Ichika is from space. No, really. At first I wasn't too excited about the sci-fi elements, thinking it would be boring and put together in a way that's unoriginal and bland. Come to find out I was wrong. I was very wrong. With that said, I'm Dank Drummer and welcome to Subs and Dubs Reviews. Today I take a look at Natsu De Matteru, a 12-episode anime that aired during the first quarter of 2012, animated by JC Staff and is currently licensed by Sentai Filmworks, who seems to be holding out on a Blu-ray release for some reason. Now, let's start off with something that I've already said. I rather enjoyed this. Our main character Kaito seems to be filming everything, lots of hilarious daydreaming that gets him into awkward situations. He's quirky, interesting, and he's just an all-around lovable main character. For me, the best part of the show is this love triangle that involves Kaito, Ichika, and Kana, and as well the love triangle between Kana, Tetsuro, and Mio. Wait, did she just kiss him? Naked? After 22 minutes? The show may come off cookie cutter at some points, but it will show you pretty quickly that it's nothing like you'd expect. But the story is pretty fun and it's really hard not to enjoy it. I really enjoyed the animation, even though it's not anything to be thoroughly excited over, but it helps making sure that the emotions are properly conveyed. It makes sure the setting is beautiful, and the character designs are different even if they're not too crazy new. Even though Remon looks like Taiga in a swimsuit. But back to the story, with additions like Tetsuro, Mio, Remon, who is a grade A creep, everyone, and I mean everyone, is enjoyable. If you don't like a character at some point, give it time. I'm pretty positive that within a few episodes you will. As far as development goes, it's so much fun to watch these characters grow. Seeing their interactions with each other during the course of filming the movie is one of the things that I'm really excited to see again. Almost every character fits an archetype, but never completely fulfills that, at least until both Ichika and Kana go full tsundere at the same time during the beach episode. I wouldn't say I was let down by any of the character reactions. No one really feels hollow or annoying, and I'm happy to say that almost every character, side characters included, has a fun part to play in the story. In regards to voice acting, I wouldn't say I was blown away by the performances, but they're believable and add a level of enjoyment to the show where it doesn't have an English dub. Nobunaga Shimazaki as Kaito was fun and different, where he's new-ish to voice acting, being featured more recently in Free as Nanase and Kuroko no Basket as Ryo Sakurai. He makes an interesting main character and really nails it out of the park. Haruka Tomatsu does a great job bringing Ichika to life in a different style than her usual romps, those being Asuna from SAO and Ibara Naruse from Coppelion, with the addition of Tamara Yukari lending her voice to Remon, who for me is a fun voice actor who has a lot of notable roles. The others didn't stick out to me as much. With that said, the cast was great with the exception of a few voice actors not really having a ton of work under their belts. Now, with this only being 12 episodes, I don't want to give anything away, as most of the things I talk about can be considered spoilers. So if you want my 100% honest thoughts, stay after the score to hear them. For me, Natsu gets a 4 out of 5. For being an original take on an unoriginal story with some fun twists and turns that earns a buy recommendation. With the small exception to maybe wait for a Blu-ray release, I don't know why Sentai Filmworks does things like this, but in my opinion the DVD is still worth it. On to spoilers. If you haven't seen the show and you don't want to be spoiled, please click here to go to another review. Now that everyone's gone, let's talk a little bit more in depth. My favorite part of the show is Remon, where she is creepy and weird, and she didn't really make much sense until the end. I found her revealed to be incredibly fun, and really tied the series in a nice bow for me. Where she does instigate most things, being who she is, it just makes more sense that she would know who and what Ichika really is, so I was very pleased with that. As for Kaito and Kana, I feel like that should have been how it ended. I feel like that's where they should have ended together. It's boring and predictable for Ichika and Kaito to be together at the end, but it was clear from the beginning that that's what was going to happen. As for Tetsuro and Mia, I really wanted this to be a thing. At first I just thought she was some kind of dunce girl who wouldn't wear clothes, and Tetsuro was just a smooth talking dude who likes everyone, but they both genuinely proved me wrong. And I was happy with that. Though sad they didn't fully end up together, but it is left open to the point where you as the viewer can interpret anything you want to. As for Kana, I found her struggles with her want for Kaito compelling. It came off as a real emotion and it really resonated with me. As well with Mio's struggle trying to confess to Tetsuro, I found all of this enjoyable. And finally, with Ichika returning home, Kana giving up on Kaito so he can be with Ichika, and leaving us with that final scene after the credits showing Ichika wearing the jacket Kaito's sister brought home for her. It's just icing on the cake for a show that was thoroughly enjoyable. And with that said, guys, I'm Dank Drummer from Subs and Dubs Reviews. If you have anything you want me to review, throw it in the comments and I'll get to it just like this one.